Minister of State for Health, Dr. Aishat Ramila, states that the best approach to adapt to a healthy lifestyle is to bring the required behavioral changes in the early stages of life of individuals. Speaking on Maldives Today television program aired on PSM News, State Minister Dr. Aishat Ramila said that currently in Maldives, 81% deaths are caused due to non-communicable diseases, which are mainly attributed to issues in diet and lifestyle.
Speaking on the program, Minister of State for Health Dr. Aishat Ramila said various efforts have been exerted in establishing a healthy lifestyle in the society, but with the latest trends making its mark in the life of all citizens, the awareness campaigns conducted have not had much effect. State Minister Dr. Ramila noted the importance of bringing a change to the approach in tackling root cause of the problem, which lies in the lifestyle choices. She said changing habits such as chewing betel nuts, which has gained high prominence in the Maldivian society, would take time. Dr. Ramila, however, noted that such habits cause life-threatening diseases for consumers. She highlighted that best approach to adapt to a healthy lifestyle is early intervention.
When we talk about our youths, the supari, everyone has a supari in their pocket, for example. So how do we make them not use these things? Did it bring a change to the people who use it? No, I don't think so. So in order to bring a change, it actually has to be a behavioral. The person should understand that it's not a good thing to take it, it's bad for my health and I'm not going to use it. It has to be a choice that the person makes.
Dr. Ramila noted that other bad habits such as smoking and consumption of energy drinks pose health risks. She noted that steps such as hiking tax on such products need to be accompanied by behavioral changes. State Minister Ramila cited that the 25 by 25 campaign aims to tackle such challenges.
So much of energy drinks, so much of cigarettes is being used by our population. But then again, we don't know whether it's the youth who's using, the adults who's using, or whether it's male or the females that's using. That still needs to be more researches done in order to do that. But what we know for a fact is that we import certain amount and certain amount is being consumed in the country. And it's an alarming figure that really needs to be addressed.
Maldives has become very successful in efforts to eliminating diseases such as measles and malaria. The current administration has been successful in establishing tobacco cessation clinics, outdoor gyms, increase in taxes imposed on tobacco and energy drinks, and banning the sale of energy drinks in schools.
Ambassador of Pakistan to Maldives, Vice Admiral retired Wasim Akmar, states that Pakistan has always had an open-hearted policy towards Maldives and reiterates Pakistan's commitment and readiness to assist the country in all situations. Speaking on Talk Maldives, a television program aired on PSM News, Ambassador Akram noted that Pakistan has a vast area of unexplored expertise to provide to Maldives.
Speaking about his aims during his tenure as Ambassador of Pakistan to Maldives, Ambassador Wasim Akram cited that his main aim is to enhance people-to-people contact and relations during his tenure. In this regard, Pakistani ambassador invited all Maldivians to explore Pakistan, as the country is one of the most promising countries in various fields. Noting that Maldives and Pakistan has a weak hand in bilateral trade, Ambassador Wasim Akram expressed hope that with the commencement of direct flights and shipping lines from Karachi to Maldives, trade ties would improve. Ambassador Akram highlighted that Pakistan has always had an open-heart policy towards Maldives and reiterated Pakistan's commitment and readiness to assist the country in all situations.
My key focus would be to increase the people-to-people contact, because there is a lot of negative impression about Pakistan. I would like to send maximum number of Maldivians to Pakistan to go and see it by themselves, that what is Pakistan, what we are doing, and how good people we are.
The Pakistani ambassador said work on establishing a medical school, A pledge of former Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif is underway. On this note, Ambassador Akram noted that a Pakistani expert is working closely with the Maldivian Steering Committee to develop the medical school. Ambassador Wasim Akram noted that Pakistan has a vast array of unexplored expertise to provide to Maldives, such as media and information technology. He expressed keenness to increase the number of Pakistani workers in Maldives in fields such as construction and electronics.
We are very thankful to Maldives that whenever we have required Maldives help on any national or regional fora, the help has been forthcoming. And I can assure you that Pakistan will not disappoint you, and all your gestures will be reciprocated, and Pakistan is a good friend. It's a time-tested friend, and it will prove itself.
Pakistan is amongst the first countries that established diplomatic relations with Maldives on gaining independence. Maldives and Pakistan have shared a friendly relationship due to similar religious, social and economical facets.
HIA project is the biggest housing project launched by the government. It is expected to provide housing to more than 160,000 people residing in the Maldives.
The biggest housing project ever conducted in the history of Maldives is the HIA project. President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Qayyum and First Lady Fatmat Ibrahim inaugurated the housing project in Hulumale. HIA project aims at building more than 10,000 housing units in 36 towers at the reclaimed land in Hulumale in order to solve the housing issues faced by Maldivians. The 7,000 housing units is one of the major components of the social housing units pledged by the government under the HIA housing project, which was initiated last November. This week marked a milestone in the development of HIA project with the casting of the raft foundation for the first time in 7,000 social housing units in Phase 2 by the contractor, China State Construction Engineering Corporation Limited. According to HDC, the piling work on all 16 buildings under this development, which started in December 2017, has been completed ahead of the schedule, and casting of raft foundation is also ahead of the schedule.
Housing Development Corporation HDC wins a third place in the Best Real Estate Project Master Development category in the Gulf Real Estate Awards 2018. HDC competed with 69 real estate companies to win the title. HDC nominated the Hulumale Development Project as the master project for the award. While 4 companies from the Gulf region are listed under the category, the award was decided by a judging panel. The judging panel for 2018 contained a lineup of real estate experts, government figures and widely recognized industry personalities. The Gulf Real Estate Awards is the Gulf's most prestigious awards, which recognizes and rewards excellence across the real estate sector in the region. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas says in a televised statement that Israel is responsible for violence that left at least 15 Palestinians dead and hundreds wounded. Here's more on this.
Abbas said he asked his envoy to the United Nations to contact members at the organization in order to request international intervention that provides security for Palestinians. The protest presented a rare show of unity among rival Palestinian factions in the impoverished Gaza Strip, where pressure has been building on Hamas and Abbas's Fatah movement to end a decade-old rift. Reconciliation efforts to end the feud have been faltering for months. The demonstration was launched on Land Day, an annual commemoration of the deaths of 6 Arab citizens of Israel killed by Israeli security forces during demonstrations over government land confiscations in northern Israel in 1976. Its main focus, however, was a demand that Palestinian refugees be allowed the right of return to towns and villages which their families fled from or were driven out of when the State of Israel was created in 1948.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic trains with his new LA Galaxy teammates following his move to the club from Manchester United.
Ibrahimovic last week ended a short but successful stint at United, where he won the League Cup and the Europa League to become the latest high-profile player to move to the MLS, following the likes of David Beckham, Steven Gerrard, Thierry Henry and Frank Lampard. The striker sustained a bad knee injury in United's Europa League quarter-final against Belgian side Anderlecht last April, but returned to make 7 appearances for the Old Trafford side this season.
Scientists put the finishing touches on the Parker Solar Probe in Greenbelt, Maryland, before the spacecraft is shipped to Cape Canaveral, Florida, ahead of its mission to the Sun in July.
The spacecraft will have to survive temperatures as high as 1,371 Celsius, impacts by supersonic particles and powerful radiation as it circles as close as 7 million kilometers to the Sun. Data sent back to Earth some 140 million kilometers away will help scientists figure out why the Sun's atmosphere or corona is hotter than its surface. But Parker Solar Probe's deputy project scientist believes it could also lead to unanticipated discoveries. The spacecraft, designed and built by the Johns Hopkins University Laboratory, will fly around Venus 7 times to get itself into orbit around the Sun in December 2024. NASA is paying about $1.5 billion to build and launch the spacecraft. The probe is expected to orbit the Sun 24 times, edging closer on each pass. The size of a small car, it will be outfitted with 5 science instruments to measure and sample the Sun's corona. In addition to expanding knowledge of stellar physics, the information is expected to help engineers design better instruments and techniques for predicting solar storms and other events that can cripple satellites, disrupt power grids, and affect aircraft travel on Earth. The mission has been a dream of scientists for decades, but nascent technologies now make it possible, explained NASA astrophysicist Nicolene Weil. While scientists are excited for the scheduled July 31st launch, they also admit to feeling stressed.
Every time we get closer to the Sun, there is a period of time where we cannot communicate with the spacecraft. It has to be autonomous, it has to depend on itself. So for several days, we cannot do anything to it. So one of the critical moments to me is after each encounter with the Sun, I'm waiting for that call that says APL, APL, I am Parker Solar Probe and I'm doing great.
Well, that's it for now. Stay tuned for more updates of recent current affairs stories here on PSM News. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.